I'm kind of cut off here. Where do I move? To the right?
Well, just trying to get by.
All right.
Oh, we're live. I
This
can't
track-
hear my own voice though. If someone can fix that on.
All right. Just let me know when I'm good. I'm good?
Yeah, you're good.
All right.
Yeah.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? I'm the level best, and I'm currently going to be speedrunning Resident Evil Dead Aim. Today, we're going to be raising money for the National Multiple Sclerosis Society, and we're supporting NoReset at DreamHack Atlanta. On the couch behind me, we have IG Dagger,
Oh,
as
gotcha.
well as G Virus, one of the showrunners for NoReset.
Hey guys.
Howdy.
You guys would like to
Howdy.
say a little bit?
Yeah.
That's-
Say, I know nothing about this game. I've played many Resident Evil games, but Dead Aim and Gaiden are two I have never played.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. I played this game the way it was meant to be played with a GunCon 2 back in the day.
Well, you say GunCon 2, I say mouse.
And that defeats the entire purpose. Like, for speedrunning, fine, I get it. You know, I get it. But if you're going to play this game casually, seriously, find yourself a GonCon 2 for the PlayStation 2, get a CRT, and it's part House of the Dead, part traditional Resident Evil, and that's Dead Aim.
So one thing before we start, shout out to Pastavania for bringing it to my attention that you actually can use the mouse. We won't be using it too much, but it is going to help for the final boss, so thank you for that. And yeah, I guess we can do like a 5-second countdown for time.
Okay.
5,
22,
4,
21,
3,
20,
2,
19,
1.
18.
Time.
Go.
You're like counting deaths for Joyo Kaiser from earlier.
All right. So there's a couple things that we're gonna we actually have time for. What time is it right now? What time do we have to be out here? How long do I
No,
actually have to
it's
run?
fine. You don't have a time limit. It's all good.
Okay. So there's a couple things about this game. A couple cutscenes that want you guys to see, and because it's the last run of the day, we actually have some time for that. So thankfully, it's a Resident Evil spin-off, as you said. Some of the other Resident Evil spin-offs of the Survivor series, they're all first-person. However, this one transitions between third person and first person, so it's going to make for an interesting run in some sections. But more so than the game mechanics themselves is the storyline. It follows this character named Bruce McGivern, who's like the secret agent who's sent to investigate a cruise that's been hijacked and contaminated by a guy named Morpheus. And you'll see almost immediately Capcom was in danger of some copyright infringement. And
Okay.
I feel like I've seen this game before then in Revelations.
That's true. Revelations does the
Yeah.
two, one or two. One takes place on a boat, right?
this
Yeah.
guy look like anyone you know? Maybe another game series?
Let's see.
Is that Sephiroth?
No, it's Morpheus.
No, but I mean-
didn't you hear him? That's Lawrence Fishburne.
Okay. But I mean, give him a long ass sword, and I mean,
He kind of looks like an Albert wannabe though.
I
And
mean,
look, homeboy over here is like Leon from RE4.
yeah, that was the precursor to RE4. That's what I was gonna say. Like with the
You can't deny both of them have pretty decent hair.
Yeah, I wish.
It's pretty well kept. And so now this is another character that's being introduced, and one of the 4 characters in this game to have voices,
okay.
and that's Fong Ling. These guys are basically like Wesker ripoff, Leon ripoff, Ada ripoff. But this cutscene is very important, and every cutscene that features Morpheus up until a certain point is very important. Let's just say I want you to remember him as he is. Copywriting something.
No, but I mean, let's be real. That was Sephiroth.
Oh, definitely.
I mean-
Definitely Sephiroth.
Legit, One Winged Angel was playing in my head throughout the entire cutscene.
See, I never finished Final Fantasy VII. I don't know all those song titles. But anyway, so this is the start of Resident Evil Dead Aim. Just quick to show you guys. So you're in third person for the majority of the game, but if I press the aim button, it'll switch me to first person. I can look around and shoot in first person. I won't be doing that anymore because it's gonna
And
cost.
see, with the GunCon, you had like the joystick on the back of the stock basically, and then you could move the character around with the analog stick, and then you would hit the trigger once, it would take you to that mode, and then you shoot at the screen.
So in this run, it's pretty straight. It's a pretty straightforward run, and it's really fast. It's one of the faster Resident Evil games. The in-game time, like world record for this on console, is like 23 minutes or something like that.
Damn.
And a real-time run is like 34. So it's a really fast one. I think if you are a Resident Evil fanatic or you just like Resident Evil and you'd like to give things a try, Dead Aim is a good one to get into. It's quick, it's simple, and it'll prepare you for a lot of other games.
And I mean, okay, that's just my opinion, but it is also a lot of fun.
Oh yes, I agree. It is very fun.
But is it better than Survivor?
Yes,
Yes.
hands
Yes.
down, no contest.
No.
Yes.
No contest. Better than Survivor. It's actually, fun fact, like I said in the beginning, a part of the Gun Survivor series. So in
That's
Japan, this game is actually called Gun Survivor 4 Heroes Never Die, but in America it's called Resident Evil Dead Aim. There's 4 entries in the series, obviously. Resident Evil Gun Survivor, Resident Evil Gun Survivor 2 Code Veronica, and then there's Gun Survivor 3 Dino Crisis, which is completely unrelated to the Resident Evil series, but they kept the Survivor thing going and with, light guns, and it's a Dino Crisis spinoff.
What do you mean, like Survivor 2 is Code Veronica?
That's a whole nother topic. So, another thing about these cutscenes in this game, pay attention to what you're hearing and just read along. Also, the slow-mo is intended.
Oh, wait, you saved me earlier. You're Chinese security bureau, huh? Looks like we're in
That
the same
subtitle did not
business.
match the voice.
No, they do. Are you hearing this wrong?
Either that or I'm reading it wrong.
If they ever adapted that game into a movie, Paul Walker would be playing this guy.
Rest in peace, Paul.
Same
Rip.
business doesn't mean same side, Bruce.
I'm just saying, it would be the perfect cast.
You already know.
I agree. I definitely agree. That's actually a really good call.
Blackmailing both of our groups.
Sometimes the subtitles are in sync. So whoever was writing it, like, they had some drunk nights and they had some sober nights.
Or they just didn't have the final version of the script.
Yeah, I've done a lot of research on, like, because I at some point wanted to do translation. Translation is a lot harder than, like, word for word, but this isn't even translation. This isn't even translation. This is just somebody either didn't get the script, like you said, or they didn't listen to the audio. There was a complication there. But most Resident Evil games, their, like, source audio is English, so at least get the English subtitles ready.
Well, I mean, the Resident Evil game with the best dialogue is clearly Survivor. Clearly. Voice acting, everything. It's peak Resident Evil.
Nothing will
am
ever
I?
beat the Jill sandwich. I'm sorry.
Facts.
Wow, what a mansion!
Dude, I could do the entire dialogue for Resident Evil 1. At least, especially up to getting the lockpick.
You almost got turned into a Jill sandwich.
You're almost a Jill sandwich. You're right. Thank you for saving me, Barry. But Barry, I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, that's a rabbit hole. I don't want to go.
Right.
Yeah, please don't.
Oh my goodness. So again, the run's pretty straightforward. It's very similar to like Silent Hill and how you maneuver just between rooms. Pretty much the majority of the run is remembering which door is the actual one that you want to go through. There are a couple things that are coming up soon. Like, for example, I might have to dodge this zombie here. No, I'm fine. There's a mechanic in this game similar to Resident Evil 3 for dodging enemies. You press L2 or I believe R2, and if you do it at the right time, and the window is pretty huge. If you do it at the right time, you'll either shrug the zombie off, or if you do it early enough, you'll crouch and get more iframes. If you shrug a zombie off, it will only block that one zombie, but if you crouch, you'll like get like this temporary phase of invulnerability to where you can avoid like 2 or 3. We're gonna have to use it. Not this next one, but when we go across the hall a little later. Right now, what we got to do is we got to get a key to access the lobby, and then we're gonna go into the freezer. And you know what freezers mean? Shotguns. That's where everyone keeps their shotguns.
Oh, I was gonna think through generators.
Oh no.
Also, I'm curious. Every now and then I see some zombies turn red. What does that mean?
Oh, when the zombies turn red, that just means they're about to attack you.
Oh, okay.
They're on alert. They're in hype mode.
And if only I could use that.
Most of the things in terms of like tech and whatnot don't happen until maybe like for another 4 minutes, I want to say.
No, there's a hot tub.
There's a.
You just go chill. You know, like.
There's a married couple just sitting there. Like they're zombies, but they just sit at that. If you don't disturb them, they just stand there together.
So basically, until death do us part, and I went, nope.
Yep, pretty. Exactly.
Yeah.
In my headcanon now, it's Jack and Rose.
Oh my goodness. Well, this boat hasn't crashed just yet.
There was room for 2 people on that door.
It might as well be crashed. I mean, everyone's dead.
Hey,
Yeah,
you don't know that.
I don't think the T-virus can actually like propagate in water. That's not how the virus works. I mean, just let the freaking thing sink.
Yeah.
Problem solved. Credits. Time. Like.
But how do you uncover the story? There's a story that's important.
And that's how people die in horror movies.
Right?
Like.
Let's find out what's going on.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I just wanted to say, we're at 4820, man. We could break 5,000 soon. Whoever did that anonymous $20 donation who said, here's 10% of what's left to reach 5,000, that person was right. Like, if you do the math, $200, 10% of is actually 20 bucks. And when they said that 9 other people would only need to do the same donation to match them to reach that goal, they're also right, because if you take 10 people, take 1 away, there's 9 people left. Now, this is big math right here.
If we get
I'm sorry, I
another
don't do math.
$20 donation, I have another $20 at the end of this run. Regardless
Now
if
we need
hit
8
5,000.
people. See, 9, take away 1 from 9, you're left with 8.
There's something to note about this run. Because it's so short and it's pretty simple, it actually, you'd think it would make it easier, but in competitive it makes it even harder, because even the smallest things separates like a good run from a bad run, and the majority of that in this game is movement. You'll see like the way I'm turning and things like that. You actually turn the camera and you turn your character with the same things on the D-pad, left and right. But one of the small things to note is something called like it's like pre-positioning. Every single time you go to a new room, like it fades to black and then it comes back, and in the time that it's loading, you can actually be turning your character before you see it, and it helps for some areas where like there's a really tight curve or something like that you can just set yourself up to. I think this is one of the spots. I can't remember where I am, to be honest. No, it's this room here. So watch this room. It's gonna be it's a really weird angle that you gotta. It's faster to stop and turn than it is to like curve that whole. So, sometimes you can dodge this lady. Okay, she wasn't too red. Oh, I see we got a donation. We can read that if there's a message.
All right, so we got a $20 donation from Johan62469. Here is another 20. Let's get to 5,000.
Let's go.
And I agree with that.
Yo,
Well, you better.
we're $160 away. We have like 30 minutes.
Well,
in this run.
technically, we're now $140.
Oh yes,
away.
$140 because I've already my $20 invested.
So only 7 people left need to donate $20.
All right, so these are hunters. You saw some different hunters in Resident Evil 3. They were all bloody, but these are Resident Evil Dead Aim's version of hunters. I'm actually gonna let them hit me once, so you can see that they have like hook hands, and they punch you. They don't even like. They can't even be bothered to scratch you with that hook. They just kind of like bop you.
I gotta say though, the hunter model in that game is actually pretty good.
In Resident Evil 3 or this one?
This one.
I like the Resident Evil.
Which version? Because there's like 2 different
Enjoy your
hunters,
stay.
or
Oh, I mean the
non-frog ones.
alpha or beta hunter. I can't remember which one they are. The oh, here we go. We got Marcus again. It's Marcus time.
Sephirosu.
Never die.
I'm not afraid to die, therefore I will inject myself with something that will let me live instead of just dying.
Wait, I've seen this. This is Metal Gear Solid 3.
This is
That's
Volgan
true. It's Vulcan.
Yeah.
or Fortune. No,
That
just
too.
Volgan.
So we have Vulcan, we have obviously Melee. This dude is, you know,
Bargain bin
Paul
snake.
Walker Snake.
Paul Walker, Snake, Sephiroth.
He's great value brand snake.
Yo, he's the marshmallow treasures of the Lucky Charm. Yo,
Oh man.
I love it. Great value Snake. So that was Morpheus, and what he did was he injected himself with something called the T plus G virus. And the different viruses in Resident Evil have different effects. The T virus, most notably, like reanimates dead beings. The G virus, it's a little bit more complicated, but basically the ultimate use of the G virus is a monster that continuously mutates, and it can't be like destroyed by regular means. It has to be like eviscerated or like evaporated, destroyed with like an explosion of some kind. But this is a combination of the two. And despite those two explanations, one of the traits of the T plus G virus is it allows the, I don't know, inhabited or the infected to take form of what they desire most. So he can basically take the T plus G virus, you can be whatever you want to be. And this is what Morpheus decided he wanted to do. And there's a reasoning for it that well, I'll actually go over at the end. Bruce has pretty eyelashes.
Surprise, motherfucker.
He is Sephiroth no more.
Alexia?
Yeah, Alexia, pretty much.
I don't know. Alexia wasn't so fashionable.
I know, with those kick-ass heels.
Heels built into his exoskeleton. I guess he figured people have trouble walking in heels. He'd be like, let's just make them a part of me, and you won't even have to worry about it.
Oh, he wanted to turn to a tyrant. I mean, that much is...
As I said, useless.
This looks like something like Sid from Toy Story would make. Oh, what? I ran too close to him.
Did he just use Braver on you?
He used something. It put me down real quick.
Stinger.
Okay, so this is like one of the only randomness sensitive parts of the game. There are 8 crates, and that crowbar that I just picked up, it's to open one of these 8 crates, and then one crate is the crewman's key card that we need to progress. It sucks because it can take easily a minute and a half off a speedrun of a really fast game already. And as you can see, I've opened up 3 boxes and haven't gotten the card yet. Hopefully at some point we'll get the card. Usually when I stream it, I ask people to guess a number. I was too busy talking about Morpheus to do that, but boy, we're like 5 boxes down. This is 6.
I say 7.
Oh my goodness.
You know, since you just mentioned 5 bucks, We just got a $5 donation from Queenie G saying, always great to watch around. You got this, bro.
Oh my goodness. Yo, big shout outs to Quinny G18. She's the longest I've known her longer than anybody else on Twitch that that I'm still in touch with. She does this thing for me, and I actually have a box at home that I'm gonna open on my birthday, but she sends me a box, like if you guys are familiar with like Loot Crate or any of those loot boxes, she sends me one to my house like once a year, and it's full of things that like been handcrafted or chosen. It's really amazing. She's really
That's
sweet
nice.
and probably one of the best friends anybody could have. So thank you, Quinny. Love you, fam.
Aw, that's awesome.
Also, she draws really well.
Nice.
Throw that out there. As you can see, we're Fong Ling again, but not for long. No Fong Ling segment. Like the first time you play as it, that's the longest you actually have control of the character, but they just get shorter and shorter after that. Another nice cutscene.
All right, so do we have time for a few more donations?
We definitely do.
We do.
Oh, we do? All right then. So we got a $40 donation from Wowie the Dogo saying Bepis. And we got a $25 donation from Secret Area saying a little closer to the goal. Thank you everyone for the wonderful event. May the hug will be with you always.
Wait.
Hype.
Hype.
Yo.
What does
Oh,
that mean?
let me just. Hype. Oh, damn. I forgot my mic was on.
I wish you could have like alerted me to that, so I could have not been deaf now.
Would it not have
What?
been? It wouldn't
Huh?
have been as
What?
hype if he warned you.
Rip headphone users.
Rip me.
Well, you're not gonna hear
They
the
weren't
next one
headphones.
then.
That's another guy from my community, Wowie the Doggo. Shout outs to him. A great friend, one of my closer friends that I've made from Twitch. When we go to TwitchCon, he's one of the people I generally room with. He was actually supposed to make it to DreamHack Atlanta, but some things came up. I believe he was going to run Resident Evil Outbreak, so he could have potentially had 3 Resident Evil games in this marathon. But,
Potentially.
potentially. Not certain. Potentially. But yeah, shout out to Wowie as well.
So basically with the $20 you said you're gonna donate, we're only $70 away from the 5,000 mark.
All right, and it's only day 2. Day 2 is not even over yet. If
And-
we can hit, oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I'll say if we can hit 5,000 before the end of day 2, not only would we have smashed the U.S. record that we raised with the NoReset marathon, but it would start us off with a clean slate, and we could push for 6,000 tomorrow.
Well, not just that, but it's not just the U.S. record. It's basically all NoReset in North America
Oh, I'm sorry.
at this point. Yeah. U.S. was 3,000.
What was the
Montreal?
I have to check. It's we're close.
oh my goodness.
I know that's crazy. Just thinking about where we were last year at this time,
Yeah.
just so much further ahead. It's amazing.
It's yeah, it's crazy.
Well, I'm glad to be a part of the event, and I'm glad to have the opportunity to contribute. And I'm always thankful for people like you guys who put these things together to support a
thanks,
great cause.
Well, I mean, if you're talking about last year, we actually beat last year Atlanta's record on the first day.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I was here yesterday when that happened. I was like, oh sh.
Me too. I was like, what's going on?
Granted, I was also going halfway deaf from the dubstep concert.
Yep.
Okay, so we just grabbed the Magnum. That's the second weapon that we acquired, our third weapon total though. And we're actually going to save that Magnum for, we're only going to use it on 2 bosses. And it's going to be much later in the game though.
Is there no GL in this game?
There is indeed a GL.
And
So
are we gonna use it?
Oh yes, yes we are. And here's coming up the very first boss fight that it's kind of tough to do because he has a lot of iframes, and if I don't kick it off quite right, things are gonna get crazy. So
And that's like,
hopefully I can.
that's a value brand Tyrant right there. Great value.
So the goal is to shoot this thing on his back, but unfortunately, I don't got nothing else to say. No,
Do we clap?
so, I mean, you can clap if you want. Easy clap.
I mean, why did that thing sound so juicy? Like,
I know, it's like the ripest of tyrants.
I mean, if you don't know what to say, I got something to say.
Donation?
Oh, go for it.
Yeah, we got another $20 donation by Name the Artist saying, why did the zombie eat a light bulb? Because he wanted a light snack. And I cannot believe I had to read that.
Yo,
nice.
these are a lot of donations from people in my community. Thank you guys so much for supporting the run. You guys have been really supportive on the Discord leading up to the event, following my adventures at DreamHack. But Nane, the artist, another great friend, and one of the few people. There's always that one person, and he's the guy left. And when I post a tweet, he'll like it. When I post a message in Discord, he'll add reaction. So thank you for that.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure G-Virus loved the comment.
Yep.
Keep the puns coming if you can.
Hey, Didi, by the way, do you know which fruit zombies prefer?
I don't know, but I feel like I should take off the headphones now.
Cranberries. Because zombies really love the cranberries.
I
I knew it.
Yeah,
didn't even get that.
you're too young. It's fine.
I'll accept that. I'll accept that.
I mean, come on, man. Like, I don't know you that well. I can't tell what's in your head right now. Like,
R.I.P. Dolores O'Riordan.
My sister told me this joke, and it was like one of those jokes people tell and they just like laugh for 5 minutes, and then the person they tell it to doesn't even like chuckle a bit. And she just found it so funny, but I can't remember what it was.
oh no, I knew how bad it was before I even said it. Trust me, I do. That's what I do.
All right, so
That water sound effect, though.
I know.
It's perfect.
Oh, let's take a look at this boss, by the way. It might be disturbing for some people, but I don't care. So this is called a torpedo bomb, and what it does is it shoots out these little babies that otherwise you wouldn't really ever be close enough to see what this looks like. And they have faces, if you'd like to see.
Aww.
I know. But they explode on impact, which makes them super dangerous.
You said torpedo bomb?
Yes.
So it's like the precursor to the G-Adults in RE2 2019 with the torpedo things?
I guess so. Well, I mean, they always had those. They just didn't have them in water.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
I don't know if this is 1 or 2 cutscenes. If this is 1 cutscene, that's good. Because I want you guys to see something. Oh, no, okay. Never mind, it was 2 cutscenes. No, it was 1 cutscene. Alright, so we're fongling again. And actually, I lied before. This is the longest time you have to control the phone. So that dodge thing I talked about with shoving and crouching, it's really important here because 3 zombies like always group up at the bottom of these stairs. And if you just spam the button to dodge, you can get away safely.
What was that?
Oh, he puked.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but she's like,
I know. It reminds me of if you ever played Resident Evil Outbreak File 2, when Yoko does her push and she like pushes enemies away. Kind of reminded me of that.
Speaking
It's
of
like
Outbreak,
imagination.
Project Resistance.
I haven't played it. That's all I'll say.
Neither have I. I've only seen some gameplay.
That's all I'll say.
Just give me Resident Evil 8 already. Like,
I don't know, man. The RPD was made, so RE3 remake is like 50% done.
Really? Even though you spent like 3 minutes in the RPG?
yeah.
I know, right?
No,
Most
but-
people forget that the RPD is like not even 5% of the run.
I have a feeling they might expand the RPD though for RE3 when they remake it.
That would be nice.
Expand.
Yeah. Because I mean, Yeah, no, I could see them like making it an extended part of the game.
Let me see. I was kind of hoping they would like release 2 and 3 like as one thing.
No, no, no. Come on, 2 was so good. Like, and there was so much work put into it. It just wouldn't make sense.
No, it was great.
It was a master
It was
class.
great what they did.
A master
was
class in
great.
remaking a game.
But like with how the storyline of 3 ties into it.
All right, I don't want to interrupt you, but
Oh!
take a look at the counter.
Interrupt me. Do it.
All right, so we got a $70 donation from Ben Sly. 4G virus in your head, zombie, zombie, zombie.
Sage, cut the feed. Cut it.
Can we get a quick round of applause for 5,000?
See, we
Yeah,
don't need no EDM concert. We got Dom covering the Cranberries for us live.
Well,
At NoReset.
it's about as good as was where we've been listening since yesterday, okay?
By the way, G-Virus, there's no need to try and call Sage for help. He's not in control right now.
Were you guys talking about the group, the Zombies?
No, well, that's a song. The Cranberries is the band that sings the song.
There's a group called the Zombies too. But I only know one song.
Yeah.
They do.
The thing is, the
What's that
Cranberries'
song?
biggest hit ever was Zombie.
But let's not linger. Come on, guys.
I'm just confused
I
on
got
what's
that.
going on.
So Fong Ling has a chip inside of her, and her company is trying to eliminate her by way of a Dr. Evil laser.
Laser beam. Tractor beam.
And Bruce, for some reason, knows she has a Pokemon Red cartridge in her arm, so he extracted it.
He even knew where.
It was the I guess there's like an insignia that they get tattooed on their bodies when they join an agency, and he just found the tattoo.
So wait, their plan to get rid of her was to use an orbital satellite beam to try to kill her?
Yes.
It was somehow incredibly obvious laser targeting?
Yes. Did you see
Alright,
the
that sounds
craters that was making?
It sounds legit. I'm just making sure. I mean, if I wanted to eliminate one single person, I would use an orbital satellite laser beam.
Dude,
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, it's practical.
it was so hot.
It is cost effective. No bullets.
And it left behind molten hot magma.
Which generates, energy, which could be reused. So every time you kill a spy, you power up a home. Like, come on, guys.
So this area is like from our first playthrough, super easy to get lost. On the second playthrough, super easy to get lost. The only reason I know where to go is because I
Beat
guess
this game
really
like
well.
1,000 times.
Yeah, so these frogs, I don't know their official name. I call them Kermits because they just hop around. And unfortunately, their AI isn't always favorable and they can be in your path. And generally, if they're close enough to reach you, they'll either jump on you or spew their puke at you.
They seem more preferable to RE0 frogs.
I'm sorry?
They seem more preferable to RE0 frogs.
Oh, yes. Resident Evil 0 frogs are so messed up. If you don't have someone to save you, and sometimes the AI is finicky about whether or not they want to save you. If you get grabbed, it's just rip run. I've had so many no save runs ruined because of those frogs. They scare me a lot.
Yeah, there's even a part where you have to go by the frogs alone.
Oh my goodness. Look at that, dude. He has like caviar on his head.
That's rude, man. That's just rude.
I know.
It is, dude. I'm not into that kind of stuff. But slowly coming up is our second boss fight. His name is Turkey Man.
Turkey Man?
Yeah. His real name's Pluto. Pluto. Like Mickey Mouse's dog, Pluto. I was gonna try for Mickey Mouse, but
Or the planet.
I haven't had water in a while. Pluto's not a planet. Earth's flat.
Pluto's a planet. You can't convince me otherwise.
Well, why don't you
Well, I mean,
go
it
there and take a
actually is
picture?
now. Again.
Go there and
Really?
take a picture.
Yeah, you
and I'll
didn't know?
move you.
No, I don't keep track of news.
The what?
I keep track of
News with an N.
Yeah.
I know, but I'm just saying.
Oh,
Oh, what's this?
oh, this is Turkey Man.
He looks like the Rotten.
So
No, he looks like those rock people from the Never-Ending Story.
this guy is.
Yeah.
Oh no. I've been messed up.
They eat rocks.
Yeah, but he also looks like the Rotten from Dark Souls 2.
I've never played a Dark Souls game.
This might get bad for me.
Wow. Wow.
If you mess this fight up, it's really hard to recover from. Okay, cool. So
Nice.
this guy, he knows he's blind because he has like the stitches covering his eyes or whatever. They took his brain out and then they accidentally stitched over his eyes or something, so he can't see. What you do there is you have to shoot him directly in the head, and if you hit anywhere else, it won't matter. You have to hit him in the head, and he does this grunt. So I actually had to listen there, but fortunately it was loud enough so I could get the audio cue.
Gotcha.
But you have to hit him, and you can't do anything while he's like, looking around, because if you do, he'll find where you are and then just he like sounds like that. He runs just like that, and he'll just like slap you down, and he'll keep doing that over and over and over until he finally plops onto the ground and just like sits there and like grovels in his own sadness. And then
I really love how you're running the game and you're still mimicking that thing while playing. Oh, that's impressive.
what can I say? You can call me a level best for nothing. Dies. Dallas. That was a fluke, okay? Did I mention that I died last year? No, in June. DreamHack
June.
Dallas. My very first speedrun event, I died like 15 minutes before the end of the game.
And no safety saves.
No safety saves.
On, was it
Hardcore.
Claire Hardcore, knife only?
No, it wasn't Nightfall.
No, it wasn't knife
Dear
only, it was
God,
hardcore.
no.
But Claire Hardcore, no safety saves.
I mean, if you're running 120 FPS, it might as well be knife only.
In my defense, safety saves couldn't work because I accidentally left my phone at home, so I couldn't log into my Steam account and have access to those saves. So I had to use Igdices' account, but thank you, Igdices, for even having your Steam available so I can do that run. Otherwise, it would have been possible. I don't think. Maybe. I don't know. Steam might run offline. Anyway, thank you, Igdices. We're actually coming up pretty close to the end. We've been watching a lot of cutscenes, so we're definitely going to go past the estimate, but I think it'll still be a pretty decent in-game time. Sub 30, hopefully, if there's no deaths. These zombies are quite unlike Resident Evil 3, actually almost never pose a threat. There's maybe only like 3 or 4 zombies in total in the entire game that you even have to worry about grabbing you. Except at the end of the game. There's like this run at the end. There's a ton of zombies, but the game has like this forgiving system where like if a zombie tries to grab you, another one won't try to grab you for like a certain amount of time, so it'll help you get past a couple zombies. Kind of similar to like classic games where you get hit, you flash a couple times, and you're invulnerable for the time being. And I see my phone is getting texts again. Thank you.
Oh, man.
Sorry, I'm not daring enough. I'm not cocky enough to check my text while I play. That's too much. That's disrespectful to the culture.
I mean, if there were some door loads,
True.
you have like
But
8
no.
seconds per door. It'd be
No. It's disrespectful to the culture, disrespectful to the game, to the audience. Also, so there's this assault rifle here that we won't be using, we'll be completely avoiding because the fire rate is so fast. There's like a flicker there when you shoot the handgun, but it's so fast on the assault rifle that even though it's faster, I'm gonna save you guys some trouble and just not use it at all.
Not the bees!
Yeah, I'm not gonna use it at all. Just to keep from like seizure warnings and things like that. Make it a lot easier on people who can't deal with flashing lights. I'm thinking about you guys. Oh, so this is gonna be the first time we use our handy dandy mouse. Because if you shoot this roach twice in the head, oh my god, he actually started moving faster than his face. Okay, there you go. All you gotta do is shoot him 2 times, right in like the little white circle, that's his face. And with the Magnum, and that boss is done. But if you don't hit him directly in the face, those bees start choking you out, you start getting honey all over the place. Bruce starts having this allergic reaction because for some reason they programmed to be allergic to bees. He gets these bumps, he starts transforming. Next thing you know, him and Morpheus are walking around.
So what's that gun?
This is
A rail gun.
it's called the CP rifle. It's like something proton rifle, I think. Charged proton rifle, I think.
So it's a rail gun.
Spark shot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you need this gun because it's the only thing that will damage Morpheus's exoskeleton. It's completely infinite in ammo, but you can only use it for up to that fight. Then you abandon it because it like overcharges or something. Because I hate this hunter coming up, we are going to abuse the infinite ammo and just take him out. I don't like him because sometimes when you come out that elevator, he just
Pops your head clean off.
I don't think that happens in this. I don't think there's any dismemberment or decapitation, fortunately. For the character, at least. I'd like to see it. So here we're coming up. There's actually a file that we're going to breeze through. This is probably the first speedrun you've seen actually read, but this explains Morpheus, thoughts of my kingdom. The symbol of power is in Africa. The symbol of knowledge is here in the biosphere. The symbol of beauty is mine. The beauty controls everything, and I shall dominate it. Establishing a kingdom where beauty has absolute authority is the dream, which I must make a reality. I was disappointed by Umbrella's betrayal, but that's fine. I'll just use them in return if I secure enough funds. I will materialize the construction of kingdom of Africa. Morpheus, blah, blah, blah. So it tells you in that file there, it kind of explains. I don't know where it might be a file in the game that tells you the actual effects of the T+G virus, but his intentions are made clear right there in his journal written by him and nobody else. He doesn't have a ghostwriter for that. He told me. And we're on like the final stretch of this game. Oh no, I should have stayed in that room. I should have stayed a little bit. I waited for everything else.
Maybe raise it a little bit?
Alright, so here's a boss fight with Morpheus, and we're gonna use this rifle. We're actually gonna glitch him here for some reason when we're behind this. Like there's something about this the collision that hopefully I don't ruin it. Yeah, he doesn't ever like fully walk towards you, and instead, because I guess he's too close to the wall, he like, he's very stylish. You see by his outfit, the way he carries himself. He backflips away from it because he couldn't just take a couple steps back to reevaluate the situation and just walk around. He had to do the backflip, and it doesn't work in his favor, unfortunately. It's style points. Style points. Like, have you ever tried to get a girl or a guy and just do things out of the ordinary just to impress them?
Wait, is this a self-destruct sequence?
It is Resident Evil, isn't it?
It is.
I have to confirm. I mean,
this is how you know Resident Evil Gaiden isn't a true Resident Evil, because it doesn't have a self-destruct sequence. So Fong Ling is guiding you in the cutscene. It's like they tell, like, oh, I'm gonna stay back and do this. Oh, sorry, I got it. But I should be.
I mean, she said turn right, but then didn't.
It's
tell
because
you
I'm
about
moving
the zombie.
faster than her instructions. But yeah, she doesn't worry about the zombies. I think I should be able to avoid these guys without the dodge. Okay, so this is gonna get tense, and my mouse is gonna come in handy here. Thanks for the slow poke. Look, it was on purpose. I'll take the slow poke. I like slow poke. He evolves into slow bro. Anyway, so
Poke's cute.
so the mouse is gonna come in handy here because we actually have to hit this head a certain amount of times to send him back away from you. Because if he gets too close to you, he will smash you against the wall, and you'll have it doesn't restart the game, but you'll have to restart from like a prior checkpoint, which is like just before all this begins. But that should be enough. It's time based, so I just have to shoot enough to keep him back before this one, and then moving on to the next one, we're actually gonna have like a final showdown, and then after the boss dies, I'll be calling time. Oh!
Oh.
I looked at the time, and that's what happened.
I don't know if we touched on this, but I saw when you were aiming down, you were in caution, but it looks like you had the same run speed. Did you not lose run speed?
Not until danger.
Not until danger, okay.
Not until danger, yeah. Yeah, that aim actually likes me.
Yeah, it doesn't hate the player.
That's right.
Or
Don't hate
does
the
it-
player, hate the game.
Or it doesn't have like some weird backwards one where caution is actually faster.
Oh yeah, like in Resident Evil 2.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the final boss. And now we basically have to do the same thing we did in that last one, but we're getting the Magnum, we're going full power. To be honest, I don't know exactly how many shots it takes because it's hard to tell. You're too busy trying not to die. It's hard to experiment with. And because there's a point when you can actually shoot him indefinitely. And if you don't recognize when it's time for him to finish him off, you can actually, okay, I think this is it. He'll like back away 2 times, and then he'll start to jump at you. And you just have to like shoot him in the head. Time. Whew, I could have easily made that estimate. But you know what? We're gonna watch the credits. I think that's fine, right?
Small more bullet. Let's do it.
Oh my god. This is perfect.
It is. While we're doing this,
Oh,
I just like.
that's not a polite way to eat.
No.
Like,
So yeah, that's Resident Evil Dead Aim. It's all cutscene from here. I hope you guys enjoyed the run. Sorry if it wasn't as informative or as action-packed as Resident Evil 3, but it really is a pretty straightforward game, a really quick run. But I'm glad I got to show it off, because a lot of people never even heard of Resident Evil Dead Aim. So thank you guys for choosing that over the other games that I cited.
man, it was the pleasure was all ours. Like seriously, it was when I saw Dead Aim right away. I'm like, yeah, we got to get this one in. And I'm like, you know what? What happened to your run in Dallas sucked. Like I know the feeling, and I'm like, you know what? Like, fine, let's just get this in, and
Give him a break.
we had, yeah, let's give the guy a break. You know, like. So like I told you, like, you know, this does not impact any future submissions, and here you are.
Let's go.
So-
Thank you. And thank you, Dagger and G-Virus for both being on the couch for the run. Great commentary from the both of you guys. And we hit $5,000 again.
By the end of day 2, which is
Speaking
amazing.
of $5,000, I believe there was a milestone for a mystery game. Can we get an idea of what that mystery game is right now?
Actually, it is a mystery to us right now as well.
5,020
It is
by the way.
it is a total mystery.
I'm
That
gonna
being
do
said,
that 20.
we're not going to do it tonight because we finished late.
Yeah.
But tomorrow we will add. It's going to be a short run,
Okay.
of course. But it's going to be run by Jovine,
Okay.
one of our staffers. Basically, it's his last NoReset with us because he's moving out of the country for work. So it's going to be his last, you know, big hurrah at the same time. So we'll give you more details about that tomorrow. But yeah, it's going to be a good one. We're going to try to cook up some other incentives for tomorrow as well. More milestones, for more
Alright.
stuff for you guys. And once again, like it just blew past my wildest expectations for this event. And we're done with day 2, and there's day 3 left. So
Oh yeah.
thanks to everyone who donated. And I can say, and I've known this by the way for a while, but this is officially a new world record for NoReset.
Amazing. Perfect.
I can't hear my claps.
Is this what we're watching though, by the way? Like, what is going on here?
Oh, so they
Titanic.
actually managed to survive the explosion.
Looks like we accomplished
And just
our
pay
mission.
attention. It's actually one of my favorite scenes in the series.
Someone, come with me, America. There's nothing left for you in China.
No, I'm going home. I belong to China.
I belong to
wow.
China?
I'm truly an idiot after all.
You know what
Watch,
it really
watch the lip bite.
means?
Watch the lip
I've
bite.
been in your country once.
That was not in your dossier.
It's one of my favorite scenes because Bruce McGivern is like one of the only Resident Evil characters to get some action.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. When I first read her name, I was like, "What is she, a Bond chick?"
Yep.
I mean, come on, let's be real. That protagonist has as much game as an Ouya, but that being said,
Rest in peace, Paul Walker. Rest in peace, Ouya.
no, the character. I'm not about the actor, man. Paul Walker would actually elevate that character to an actual three-dimensional,
No,
fictional being.
I just meant two things that are Dunzos.
Also, is that the exact same character from Resident Evil Survivor? Is it the
No,
same? Oh,
no,
okay.
no, no. That's Art Thompson. This is Bruce McGivern.
I love that you actually know his name.
He has a southern. I am a game enthusiast, but also a Resident Evil enthusiast. So I love Resident Evil. The only ones I haven't played, like from start to finish, are Mercenaries on 3DS, Revelations 2.
I'd recommend Revelations 2. It's actually pretty good.
I want to play both Revelations. I haven't played them.
I don't like the enemies.
But the second one, the whole episodic format kind of threw me off. But now everything's out, right? Like
Yeah.
So I'm gonna play through 1 and 2 back to back, and yeah, I mean that's it.
Go for it.
I'm dead.
There's rumors of a third one at some point, so
Yeah, that would be great.
But again, thanks again to my amazing community, the Fro Bros, which unfortunately I cut my hair last month. I'm gonna grow it back, but they're still keeping the dream alive. I always say you don't need a Fro to be a Fro Bro, but thank you guys for supporting the run, donating and watching.
It's on the spirit.
That's right. And as you can see, our clear time was 25:24. We didn't beat our real time estimate, but it was a really decent clear time.
does it like not count cutscene?
It's similar to Silent Hill. It doesn't count cutscenes or door loads.
Wow.
All right.
If only.
All right. Well, that being said, I think we're gonna call it quits for tonight. I mean, it's
Absolutely.
been a big day.
Oh yeah.
Or as my friend Wallace Prime would say, big day. It was indeed a big day. And to all the people watching back home from Montreal, Quebec, I mean, seeing all of this, like our record from back home was beaten, so we got some work to do when we get back home. And if you ever think about coming to one of our events in the States, let me tell you this. If there's one reason above everything else that should put you on that plane or in that car to drive or fly here, they have McRibs, man. They have McRibs.
Wow. Of all things.
And you can even get it delivered to your door.
I was really hoping you'd say Southern Hospitality, but okay. McRibs, that's fine.
McRibs.
But DreamHack and NoReset are both great events, with exception to the obnoxious music. You know, I came from California to Dallas for a NoReset. I came from California to Georgia for NoReset, and the speed runs are great. The
Thanks,
community is great, and the event. There's a lot of games to play. Certain conventions don't have any games.
Well, I mean, thank you for the kind words. I mean, we strive to make the best events possible, not just for the audience, but for the runners as well. You know, we try to keep the runners first mentality about these events. You know, yes, we're raising money for charity. It's for a good cause and everything. But at the end of the day, the charity, will benefit from us focusing on the runners, because if the runners have a better experience, I think it will reflect on the results for the charity as well. Anyways, that's my approach. And I just want to say thank you to everyone, all the viewers, all the runners, the people in the audience, my staff. Like, honestly, guys, y'all rock.
This is an amazing.
I'm proud to be a part of this community.
Oh, and I will keep submitting to NoReset Atlanta as long as I possibly can, for sure. And hopefully I can branch out later on.
I mean, man, like I said, in Canada, at least for you guys, everything's like 35% off because our dollars suck. So there you have it.
Yeah,
but
last time
PTO
I
is-
checked, it was 32% off.
Yeah, but with the credit of the fee and everything, whatever. The bank, you know, they like to scratch a little bit on top. That being said, on those wise words of wisdom, yeah, that's very wise.
It's time for big sleep.
It's time for big sleep.
Oh, yeah.
Because tomorrow's another big day. So good night, everyone. Thanks for being with us. Everyone in chat, stick around. We're gonna raid. Is RPG Limit Break still running? They had like
Yeah, they are.
3.
Oh, nice.
All right, let's raid these guys. Let's do this.
So yeah, so as G-Virus said, thank you, Level Best. This time you finished your run.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just want to say we got a $1.69 donation, anonymous donation, and the comment is just saying "I." But apparently somebody doesn't want to start on a clean slate with a lot of zeros at the end. But thank you for the donation, and yeah, we're gonna be back tomorrow. So I'm gonna go to a quick transition, and we're gonna be raiding RPG Limit Break.
All right.
See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow, everyone. Thank you. Thank you.
Take care, everybody.
Take care.